We are the worst prostitutes ever in this world. I was not married. I had full freedom. I had a great job. I'm earning more than what I'm earning right now as a startup. Everything was perfect, but I was stressed. And I couldn't answer myself why I was stressed. I don't believe in God, that's for sure.
Okay.
I believe in nature, but I have no answer. We haven't developed our intelligence enough to understand the whole universe.
What if we're in that simulation right now?
Who says we are not?
You believe it?
For 6,000 years, this has been going on, but we haven't been taking care of the mind. There's no gym for the mind. That is the mismatch I was solving. I started going to these wellness places to get some sanity for myself, get some rest, understand what's going on with this whole idea of stress, because we never had it the way when we were growing up. Because you're already on the edge. Any little trigger, even sometimes you ask how you are feeling. You get irritated. Just let me be, because we don't even have time to think about it ourselves. You need 3 types of fitness today, not just physical fitness, because that's irrelevant. For me, it was no-brainer. There's a global opportunity where the world is stressed. That was not a good solution, and I kind of came up with an idea that might work, and we had everything in Sri Lanka to enact a solution. Luxury is always what they don't have. We have created this God-worshipping or politician-worshipping bullshit and that transcends all the way to schools as well. Everyone thinks they are God and people are supposed to follow, and that doesn't give you any new ideas. In the absence of you, there's no I or me. We have this saying called Loking Mutum Rata Lanka. The greatest country in the world is Sri Lanka. We get so passionate about it, but we have nothing, honestly. We are nowhere being the greatest place in this world. We have no idea about what yoga is, which is 99% of the world. Yoga means what is the thing that we don't have in our world, not any of these things that are material.
Vickum Nawagamuwage. Welcome to the show, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate
you. I appreciate inviting me, and I'm very, very glad to be here.
Yeah, and we're doing a TEDx talk together pretty soon. By the time this is released, obviously we would have passed the TED talk, so it's going to be pretty interesting to share the stage together. And obviously we have something in similar. We have invested in Sri Lanka, and we keep investing in Sri Lanka. Our time, effort, and innovative thoughts, I would say. And you've taken a massive brand like Santani to the world, and obviously the world recognizes Sri Lanka, I would say, in wellness because of Santani. Talk to me about why you wanted to invest your time here in Sri Lanka, of all places.
All right, interesting question. I think it starts with why I got into wellness in the first place, right? So I was in the US in a global kind of a role. I was traveling all over the place. I was stressed. And I started going to these wellness places to kind of get some sanity for myself, get some rest, understand what's going on with this whole idea of stress, because we never had it the way when we were growing up. And for example, like our teachers, our parents would beat us up every time we do something wrong, which was quite often. But today you raise your voice to the younger generation, they kind of go overboard, right? And the question is why? Because they're already on the edge. So because you're already on the edge, any little trigger, like even sometimes you ask how you are feeling, you get irritated. What the fuck? Just let me be. Right? That's kind of the initial reaction most of the time, because we don't even have time to think about it ourselves. Right? So I was kind of in that place, and I didn't get a good answer when I went to find solutions. And then I started thinking about it. What is this whole thing about stress and mental health, and why did it actually happen over the last 20 to 30 years ago? And what I realized is that it's an evolutionary mismatch. Okay, now you must be thinking, what the heck evolution got to do with stress? Right? So, because Darwin didn't say anything like that. So what does it have to do with stress? To me, when you talk of stress, Darwinian theory is that survival of the fittest from an evolutionary point of view. Right? From a stress point of view, what is stress? It's a situation that you can't deal with. If you can easily do what you have to do, you don't stress about it. You just do it and move forward very happily. But the minute you start struggling to put food on the table, let's say, deal with a breakup, right? Deal with a bad boss, then you stress.
Real problems here.
Right? But those are all situations, right? Okay. But today, stress is constant. Right? This nagging feeling is constant. I mean, when I was stressed, I didn't know why. Because I was doing really well. I was like on top of the world, essentially. I was not married. I had full freedom. I had a great job. I earning more than what I'm earning right now as a startup. So everything was perfect, but I was stressed. And I couldn't answer myself why I was stressed.
Interesting.
So that's what stress is. But the thing is, like, you can't have bad bosses for everyone everywhere in the world.
Right.
You can't have breakups for everyone everywhere in the world.
Right.
You can't have deaths in a family for everyone everywhere in the world. So these situational things is not what's causing this stress, because you just can't.
Yeah.
You don't have these situations universally.
Yeah.
But stress today is universal, which means there has to be something else that's driving stress.
Right.
So that's where the combination of evolution and stress comes together to me, right? So when we talk of evolution, as I said, it's survival of the fittest. Why is it survival of fittest? Why not it's the survival of the prettiest? Right? I mean, some people get by being pretty, but most of us...
I've heard of that. Pretty privilege.
Yeah, pretty privileged, right? But for most of us who are not that pretty, we have to work for it.
Right.
So, and why, the question is, why the fittest?
Yeah.
Because what we had to do to survive is essentially find food and find protection. If you have these two, you survive. And to find food, you have to go and kill animal and eat.
Yes.
So you have to fight.
Yeah.
To protect yourself, you have to run away from an animal.
Yeah.
And you flight.
Yeah.
So fight and flight came to being.
Yeah.
Because what we had to do is kill or being killed or survive by running away.
Right.
So to do both these things, you need to be fit.
Right.
If you are fit, you have a better chance of killing another animal.
Right.
If you are fit, you can run away fast and survive. But today, you are not killing any animal to survive, right? To eat?
No.
I hope not.
Convenience store. Well, I mean, I personally do hunt. Not in Sri Lanka, but in the States. But yes, I agree.
In general, right?
Yes.
To find food, per se.
Exactly.
You don't run away from anyone to protect yourself.
Yep.
Right? So then, what is the relevance of being survival of the fittest or being fit at all? It doesn't give you anything.
We're taken from our carnal way of being and we're put into a new world, which is why we're kind of trying to navigate through something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're getting there already, right?
Yeah.
So now the question is, even when you're finding a mate, today sexy is intelligence. Right? So now the question is, if you're not going around killing animals to eat, running away from other animals or humans to survive, how do we get our food and protection?
Yeah.
Any idea?
Nope.
We buy it.
Right.
We buy it by selling our mind.
Right. Oh, that's interesting. The way you just said that. By selling our mind.
Yeah, we are the worst prostitutes ever in this world. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is the thing that differentiates us from other animals. What we call someone a prostitute sells a body which is common to all animals.
Yeah.
Our higher thinking ability is what we are selling today.
Yeah.
Which kind of defines a human from the rest of the animal species.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we think we are good. No, we are the worst prostitute in that definition.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a separate subject. So what we do is we sell our mind, make money, and money buys food and protection. And we survive. But you go to any healthcare practitioner today, any scientist, any doctor, and you just say, you're fit, you have no issues, but I just want to continue my health, upgrade my health.
Yeah.
What would they say? They will tell you, go to the gym. They will tell you, take 10,000 steps. They'll tell you, eat healthy.
That's a good doctor, in my opinion. I've heard the other doctors be like, hey, take these X amount of pills for your health.
Yeah, so that's even worse. But even this doctor is missing the point. Because all that is for the body. Now, we just agreed that the body has no business in the ultimate game of survival, which is what every human or any living being is about.
Yeah.
Surviving and taking your progeny to the next level.
Yeah.
So body has nothing to do with it. But we are taking care of the body. Mind is doing everything, but there's no gym for the mind. There's no 10,000 steps for the mind. There's no eating right for the mind. There's no massaging for the mind. So that is the mismatch I was solving. And without going too much into that topic, what I saw is you need three types of fitness today, not just physical fitness, because that's irrelevant.
Okay.
But from a physical point of view, we need to have health. That means we can't have any other diseases that pulls you down when you have to jump up and operate at this new level, where we need to elevate the mind, because the demands on the mind today is much, much more than what it used to be.
Right.
Yeah. And the demands on the body from a survival point of view is not much. So we need to elevate our mind. Right? You need to jump up. So when you have to jump up, you can't have anything else pulling you down. And things that pulls you down are these diseases. I mean, this is what COVID told us as well.
Yeah.
That we never heard. Right?
Yeah.
COVID, the virus didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
We didn't kill the virus. It's here.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't get affected.
Yeah. We've adapted over
Because we evolved.
Yeah.
Right? So in that evolvement process, who didn't make it? People who had predisposed conditions. But they were already fighting these other battles. They didn't have enough time and energy to adapt. So that's what's happening. So you can't have anything else pulling you down when you have to adapt very fast.
Right.
So which means we can't go with this healthcare paradigm that we have today, which is curative. We need to have a preventative healthcare paradigm. And we have that in Sri Lanka, coming back to why Sri Lanka, in Ayurveda.
Yes.
Right? Then the other part is we need to do like 10 times more for our mind now, from a mental fitness point of view. Because that's what's really needed.
Right.
So we have this whole idea of meditation, the Buddhist philosophy, which is all about elevating your mind.
Yes.
So we have the whole Buddhist philosophy, the yoga, meditation, breath work, all that is essentially Buddhist, Hindu, philosophical things that we have to do. It's there. So that's a second kind of component of a good wellness resort.
Right.
So we had Ayurveda, we have the Buddhist philosophy and meditation, yoga and all of that. And the third is like these serene places that gives you silence. Because the idea is to again give silence as much as possible, which gives you rest to the mind.
Right.
So that it can have some time to recuperate, essentially, right?
Gotcha.
Apart from doing these things. So that we have a plenty. But we didn't have a single wellness resort in the country, a proper wellness resort.
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
Because no one thought about it that way. And unfortunately, this country is a bunch of followers.
Yeah.
They are very, very afraid to take risks. We are very afraid to think out of the box.
Very good.
We very much are comfortable living in the well.
Yeah.
And brag about it as well. That we are the big fish in this little tiny pond. That's why. So for me, it was no-brainer. There's a global opportunity where the world is stressed. That was not a good solution. And I kind of came up with an idea that might work.
Yeah.
And we had everything in Sri Lanka to enact that solution.
Yeah.
So that's why I came to Sri Lanka.
Yeah. A lot of people that have invested their time in Sri Lanka would obviously talk about, and you first of all, you've been in the West. You've worked there. You've studied there. You actually studied in Maryland, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, University of Maryland for my MBA.
Okay, right on. How'd you like it there?
That was amazing. I mean, I had the best time in my life there, honestly.
I actually was. You ever been to Chestertown in Maryland?
I think, yeah.
It's a little smaller town, and I came across this guy, and this is one of the cool things about wellness, right? So I came across him because I was like tracking this dude that makes yummy food super nutritious. Like you take a croissant, he'll be like, "Hey, this is the way you make it super nutritious," because nutrition is everything, right? We're in a
not really.
Oh,
I told you, right?
Yeah,
this is what's working.
Yeah.
Croissant and then that kind of nutrition is not going to do shit about this.
Fair enough. But for the people that actually care about physical health as well, they created this really cool kitchen called the Modern Stone Age Kitchen, which again goes back to what you were talking about with Lucy. Like that moment in time of evolution of like when we realized we can actually kill an animal and gain that nutrition from them. So he's created this cool place called the Modern Stone Age Kitchen in Chestertown. So great place. So the next time you're in there, make sure you check out Modern Stone Age Kitchen in Chestertown. So going back to what I was about to ask you was that, so people talk about in Sri Lanka, if you lived in the West, it takes 2 steps to do something. 1, 2, done. Sri Lanka, it takes 15 steps to do something, which sometimes can be very stressful and makes you feel like this is not working. What was the challenges that you faced putting in something like this is a new concept, a new thing, completely starting something like Santani?
I mean, that's an interesting question because when I started, I didn't really get much of an issue,
Yeah.
right? And no one knew me. I think that was the main blessing that I had. Because the minute you are known, everyone is coming behind you to get a cut or whatever, how it works here. But
Interesting.
I basically came, no one knew me.
Yeah.
I did my thing. I went directly to the Pradeshia Sabhas and all the different places. And these people in the villages, they were so happy to see someone like me coming from US. And at that time, I was living in Singapore, coming to them rather than sending my assistant to get shit done.
Right.
Right.
The human connection between the person.
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't have any issue in that process from
Yeah.
BOI to banks to getting the permits, construction stuff, and all of that. But it has changed over time now. Now that we are popular, everyone wants a piece of it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Now they know, okay, we can get something out of this.
Yeah.
So I think it's a human behavior as well as how we have conditioned our populace in Sri Lanka to think rather than go out. I'll give an example, right?
Okay.
When I was setting this up, I was talking with all the villagers how they can kind of run with us, kind of ride the momentum of what we were creating. And I said, look, set up a shop like a what you call the Candian artifacts and Dumbar weaving and all those stuff that a tourist might buy because we do so many excursions, walks, hikes, they go around the villages. And I said, look, do it. I'll help you how to set it up, how to make it work. We'll make sure our guest comes there. No one wanted to do it. But they all wanted a job. At some time, they were all coming begging for a job. Right? So what it says is they are not, again, what I said earlier, we are very comfortable being in that little place, in the frog, as a frog in the well, rather than think out of the box, do something entrepreneurial and try to make it better for the whole society.
Yeah.
So that's what was going on.
Just on that thought, what do you think that was? Was it the programming? Was it the education system? Like they were never taught to think. Like they're only taught this certain box. They're only taught within this space is where you can find success.
It is absolutely the mindset, right? Again, another example. I was in a panel in NUS, National University of Singapore, about 5-6 years ago, or even earlier. And the whole topic was around why they are spending as a government billions of dollars to help startups to create innovation and push them out. And they haven't really come up with a single brand from Singapore in the new economy, digital economy. Whereas in California, some dude in the garage creates so many businesses that like over 3 years, it's $1 billion business.
Yeah.
So the question was why? And one of the interesting conclusions was that there's no subversion in Singapore. They are ordered to follow, even from school. Right? They just respect the teachers. They would not question an idea. That's exactly what's happening in Sri Lankan system as well.
Yeah.
We have created this God worshipping or politician worshipping bullshit. and that transcends all the way to schools as well.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks they are God. Right? And people are supposed to follow.
Right.
And that doesn't give you any new ideas. We are very comfortable with incremental progress. But innovation is something that no one has done before. Right? And that's where the world really moves.
Yeah.
And we are not comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's my conclusion from Sri Lanka.
Right. So you were never in wellness before. You were like a consultant, you specialized in telecommunications and all this. Like there were numerous things when I looked up what you've done. How have those fed into your business today?
Nothing. I mean, past is irrelevant. What I'm doing is just common sense. It made sense to me when I thought about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what matters. And in today's context, it's even more important because the world is changing so fast. Right? So what you know or what you knew yesterday is not relevant.
Yeah.
Today's essentially intelligence is about how much risk you can take and be comfortable with it.
Yeah.
How much innovation, out of the box thinking that you can take and learn and unlearn. Right? Unlearn is the most important thing because
Right.
that's what the issue in Sri Lanka. We think
Right.
we go through this whole process of getting a degree and a
Yeah.
PhD and all of that, and we are again the god.
Yeah.
So for me, it's completely irrelevant. It
That's
was yesterday.
powerful stuff.
Right? So
Unlearn.
unlearning is the hardest ability, and that's the most important ability we need today.
How do you do
Because
that for
Huh?
you? How do you personally do it?
when you know it like that, you think, okay, yeah. And also it's as I said, like through learning process, all you can get is incremental improvements.
Right.
You learn something from someone else who has already done it,
Yeah.
who has written about it.
Yeah.
Right? There's no fun in that.
Yeah.
Innovation is always about creating something that's not written, that's not there anymore. You can't learn it. You have to think through it and come up with a new idea. I mean, Henry Ford once said, he was asked, did you do a lot of market research to come up with this whole idea of a car? And he said, if I asked the market, they would have said they need a faster horse. Because at that point, transportation was based on horse carriages.
Right.
And the masses, or 99% of the people, can't think of a car at that point.
Right.
What they can think of is how to make this carriage or the horse faster.
Yeah.
That's from learning.
Yeah.
But car came from suddenly. That's what innovation is about.
That's so good. That's so good. You coined the term human sustainability. Explain.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier. Like, so we are using our brains for survival, which is the essence of any living being, survival. But we are taking care of the body. And that's a huge mismatch. And on top of that, while this thing was going on, because this started with civilization. Up to that point, we were hunter-gatherers and we were using our body for survival. But with civilization, we started trade and commerce, and we started using our brain how to outsmart you in a deal. Right? So that process over 6,000 years kind of went where the utility of the body from a survival point of view started coming down.
Yeah.
And the utility of the mind started going up. And for 6,000 years, this has been going on, but we haven't been taking care of the mind which is being used. And on top of that, when the mind was overworked and undertaken care of, the internet came.
Yeah.
And within the last 25 years, if you look at the amount of data on the internet, it has grown 1,600%.
Wow.
160x.
Yeah.
The amount of data in 25 years.
Right.
Right? So all that data is consumed by our mind when it was already under pressure. Right? And now we have demands that's been put on us, and the world is asking to operate at this level with the engine that is here.
Right.
Our brain, our cognitive abilities. So we have to operate at this level with this engine, which means you're stretching yourself all the time. Now you can't live like that.
Yeah.
It's like putting a Prius or a Nano into a racetrack and asking it to run with a Ferrari.
Right.
You will break up.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Right.
So this is what I call a revolution in the evolutionary process.
Right.
Like industrial revolution, the agricultural revolution.
Yeah.
But those two, those are the common ones that we know. There has been many revolutions from Ice Age to beyond that. But let's say if you take the industrial revolution, agricultural revolution, that helped us. We created it, but it helped us to live better, live easily.
Yeah.
Right? The industrial revolution is, I think, for the first time, creating a problem for us. And our sustainability is at stake.
Right.
Because we just can't go on operating at this level with this engine. So we have to evolve.
Yeah.
But that's going to take a lot of time because our genetic code can't change just like that.
Yeah.
Our brain didn't grow 1% in the last 25 years. Right? But the demands on the brain has grown 1,600%.
Yeah. You're the first person that's talked about the Industrial Revolution to me that spoke about how that affected the mind as opposed to how that affected the body. Because when for the narrative that I hear in the West is, which is very true, is that there's a cost for efficiency, and that cost comes with how we treat the land as well. So like you take broccoli, for example, in America today, broccoli from the 1960s is not as nutritious as broccoli from back then. Today, it's just nothing. It's like 90% less from what you're creating because it's all for efficiency, right? Your volume, you're producing volume for a nation to think like, oh, okay, you want to consume. And like you said, it does nothing to the body. You just think you're eating something, but it's actually not doing anything for you. I wonder if that's like the same case with like your mind. Like you think you're actually resting and you're feeding your mind what it needs, but you're not actually.
It's a lot more. It's a lot more because we have been eating forever, right? And that process we have improved, right? Eating like whatever you could find, to killing animals and getting some protein to it, and then creating agricultural revolution and mass producing. And in that, there was a big switch as well from ketogenesis to processing carbs for energy, right? So it has been a slow process in the dietary side of things, but we have never been exposed to the kind of demands our mind has been exposed over the last 25 years.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at, if you put like a guy, let's say a hunter-gatherer here, and some executive here today, and put a mind map over there, his mind is fight or flight. That's it.
Very simple.
Very simple.
Point A, point B.
Yeah. Here, if you put a mind map, it'll have shitload of things from wild to like boom, boom, boom. Right? So and that happened in 25 years.
Yeah.
So it was not that gradual evolution we have seen. It's a revolution. It's a spike. I mean, it's like when the asteroid hit the Earth or the volcanoes happened and created the ice age, kind of. Dinosaurs couldn't cope up. Within a very short period, they all vanished. That's the kind of situation we are in from a mental point of view.
Right.
So
when you talk about like how our mind can cope, what are your thoughts on, this integration of technology with the brain? I mean, there's obviously people that are working on that, and obviously AI keeps taking steps way too fast. Like literally, just I read something up 2 days ago, and then the next day it's something else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how am I keeping up with this stuff? But do you see that as a tool for us to move forward?
Yeah, absolutely. Essentially, so we have a gap between our demands and our capabilities.
Right.
AI is coming in the middle. Yeah, simple fact, AI is now going crazy, but in anyone understand that AI can process like 1,000 times more information per second than our brain.
Yeah.
And that's how much capacity it has compared to our brain. So our brain is here. The problem is kind of this big. Our brain cannot solve up to this point. Maybe AI can solve it up to this point, this gap. But there's still a gap to fill. And I honestly think AI will evolve much, much faster than us, because we just can't evolve at that same speed to solve this whole problem. But in that process, what happens to our mind? I mean, through industrial revolution, we outsourced the muscle to the machine, essentially.
Yes, that's right. Metal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now we are outsourcing our mind to the machine.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So in that process, the big question mark that I also have no idea is what is going to happen to our body, what is going to happen to our mind, what is the use of this whole being.
Right.
Right? It's a fundamental existential question.
What do you think that is?
I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea, because just again, like you were saying, I was reading something a few days ago about AI basically being able to self-govern itself, to think by itself.
Develop consciousness, you think?
Develop consciousness. Yeah. So I think it's possible, because I mean, I still remember we were marveling when we were watching Bond movies like in the 80s.
Yeah.
When you see that Bond, actually his face comes up on the phone.
Yeah.
When M is talking to him.
Yeah.
That's like absolutely nothing today, right? For a kid today, that's absolute normal. So technology is changing so fast.
Yeah.
I think it's possible.
I was watching Google's VO3, and this artist took that tool and just created
this woman talking about
prompts.
Exactly.
Right? Like, oh, we're in a prompt. We can't do anything because we're in the prompt. That's what AI was saying. And it begs the question, are we, I mean, it's so real. It's getting real. I mean, as a filmmaker, I'm watching this and I'm like, this is getting there.
Your industry is absolutely threatened, man. Sorry to say that. Seriously.
I love it though.
Yeah.
I think there's some of us that are mad at it, and then some of us are ready to embrace it.
Yeah.
Because we know that's the future. And it actually excites me. And we're here with the team. We're super excited. We're actually using it right now.
Yeah.
I'm using it right now. But it begs the question, like people are looking at it, they're like, you're not going to be able to tell the difference when you put on those goggles or you go into that simulation of meta or whatever it is that develops where everything looks so real. They ask the question, like, what if we're in that simulation right now?
Who says we are not?
You believe it?
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But I don't disbelieve it either.
Yeah.
I mean, Matrix is real at the end of the day. To me, it will happen. We just can't understand it at this point. We don't know what's at the end of the day is governing. I don't believe it was God. I don't believe in God, that's for sure.
Okay.
I believe in nature, but I have no answer. We are not intelligent enough, or we haven't developed our intelligence enough to understand the whole universe. We are a tiny bit. So we might be in a simulation, we might not be.
Yeah.
We might get to a simulation in the future.
Yeah.
I have no idea at this point. It's changing so fast. But AI, what I know for sure is you can't trust anything anymore.
Yeah.
Because AI is creating so much realistic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you look at an ad, when you have someone saying, deep fake is deep fake now, right? You can't differentiate. And no human eye can differentiate between a deep fake video and a real video.
Right.
You need specialists with an equipment to understand whether it's a deep fake or not.
Right.
So we are living in a very, very, I would say, relative world that we don't know what's right or what's wrong.
Yeah. There was a scene in the movie, and this is not the best Indiana Jones movie, but the one, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and there's this villain, and she wants to find out, like she wants to know the secrets of the universe. And it turns out this alien in the movie, like when it finally comes together, gives her what she asked for. Like she's like, I want to know it all. And I don't think we have that capacity to handle what that is, because she explodes at the end. Long story short. But if that answer was given to us, do you think like we would be ready to hear that?
I have no idea what that answer is, but I have an idea about that this whole relative nature of our being. I mean, let's say I'm here right now talking to this mic. I have my food.
Yeah.
I have my protection. I'm inside this. No one can touch me. But you're not here. None of these guys over here is not there. Then who am I? There's no one to say, hey, Vickum, we are talking, right?
Yeah.
There's no one going to say that, oh, this dude is talking some nonsense. I don't know what the heck he's talking about.
Yeah.
There's no one to say like, oh, wow, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Who am I to love? Who am I to hate? There's no one. Right? So in the absence of you, there's no I or me. Right? It just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You have to have another person for you to exist, as not as a living being, but as a person, as a soul, as an identity. That identity basically disappears the minute you take out everyone else.
Yeah.
Right? So, which means it's relative, right? And to me, that's the truth. Ultimate truth at this moment, through my consciousness, through my understanding. And again, that is limited as far as I know.
Yeah.
Right? Because we don't know everything about anything, essentially. So the question is, the reality is that's how we are born. When you are born, you are just a bundle of energy.
Yeah.
And mass. There's no you. Right? And then you become Vickum, and then you become this guy who went to the Royal College, you went to US, you did this. He behaves like this and all of that, which is someone else's perception. Right? It's a human construct. When you're dead, again, there's not even energy.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of mass. Right? So in between, because our mind can think, it creates these ideas.
Yeah.
And we go way overboard than we should be. And we need these things. We need the emotions. Because throughout evolution, emotions were created for a reason, right? You need to know, okay, this is hot as a sensory thing, so you don't touch it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a kind of a sensory perception that you created so that you don't touch anything hot and burn yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Same way, you fail in love, right? And you start having sadness or hate and things like that. And then that also resides in your mind.
Mm.
But what good does it do?
Mm. Yeah.
Right? It doesn't give you anything.
Yeah.
You have failed. That's it.
Mm.
Move on. It has no purpose.
Yeah.
It was a feeling that you had at that moment. Obviously, that you have to go through it.
Yeah.
But you're now dwelling in it.
Yes.
That's depression.
Mm.
And then let's say you had this amazing meal.
Yeah.
You had a racing car that your friend gave and you loved it, riding it. And now you want it, but you can't afford it.
Yeah.
Now you're creating depression. You're taking that emotion of feeling good into the future and wanting it. And that's essentially anxiety. Sorry, not depression, anxiety. So when you dwell in the emotions of the past, that's creating depression. When you take the emotions to the future, you're creating depression. So if we can somehow manage those two, and you can, because that's what intelligence is about. And you have to come and say, look, that's an emotion that is useless. And you need to be differentiate. Okay, I need these kind of emotions that I know, okay, this is hot. I don't need to touch it. Or this guy is a bad person. I don't want to deal with it. But nothing more than that.
Yeah.
Right? And intelligence, you kind of through meditation, yoga and things like that, it's essentially a positive reinforcement of the fact that, okay, it's okay, essentially.
Speaking to you now, I can definitely tell that you have your thoughts in tune. And you've obviously translated this into your business as well with Santani. And that, I mean, it's obviously got a great track record, featured in like Condé Nast Traveler, Vogue, Time Magazine, all of that stuff. Do you put part of yourself in your business in the way the teaching philosophy? Does part of you exist in Santani?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the whole place, I mean, to start with, like I had the whole concept developed. And then I went around Sri Lanka to find the right place. It took me about a year.
Which you ended up choosing Kandy.
Choosing outside of Kandy.
Wow.
That's where it felt right for that purpose. It's not like I had a piece of land and I forced a concept into it.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in most of the time, and then it doesn't work. I had the concept. I knew how it should, more than how it should look, how it should feel.
Right.
Yeah? And then I was going around, as I said, almost a year it took me to find the place. So yeah, so from that point onwards, everything that was done, like even our architecture, like it's absolutely minimal. Like I still remember when the first employees who came in, they were like going like scratching their head, how the hell am I going to sell this at $500? Like, there's nothing here. There's no TVs, there's no bathtubs, there's no big individual pools. So they were like, that's what they were used to know
as luxury.
Luxury. And that you can sell at that kind of rates. Right? So I said, look, all those things for someone who pays $500, $600, $800 a night, they have them at home. They might have like 3-4 TVs. Even there may be a small TV in the loo. Right? In the morning, he's doing his job and he's watching news.
Right.
So what value add does it give to that person? Zero. Most of these people will have a pool in their home. What value add does it bring to you or to that person? Nothing. Luxury is always what they don't have. Right? I mean, that's why diamonds are a luxury, because 99% of the people don't have diamonds in the world.
Right.
That's why Patek Philippe only produce maybe 200 watches a year, to keep it at a minimum level. So in that context, what is the thing that we don't have in our world? It's not any of these things that are material. It's peace of mind. That's what we don't have. That's what this is going crazy, right? So that's what we created. So,
but it's comfortable also.
It is obviously comfortable. Yeah. I mean, the beds are of the highest quality. The food is the best in Sri Lanka, without any qualms about it. The design actually slows you down. It makes you even more comfortable. Right? How it's designed. And we call it the architecture of silence. It creates silence in you. And that is very important, because at the end of the day, even if you're in a wellness resort, you spend like 70% of your time inside some space. And that space has an impact on your psyche. And if you have also many things like most hotels have, you're stimulated too much. Right? So comfort also is a relative thing. What is comfort? I mean, obviously there are physical comforts. There's no compromise in that for sure. Like from the toilets to the showers to the rain showers to the beds, absolutely awesome. Otherwise, we won't be getting those awards we have been receiving.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But the idea is different. Yeah.
That's interesting. What you integrated into the natural landscape, because from what I understand, I haven't been to Santani yet, but there's a lot of like visuals of that. It just feels like it's integrated with the surrounding nature. Was that part of like your belief that people need to see more green because they're from cities and they tend to work there more often? Like, is that some part of the healing process?
Exactly. It goes back to the whole evolutionary mismatch, right? We lived billions of years in the jungle, in the oceans, and then at some point we became humanoids, Homo sapiens.
Yep.
And still I think, spent about 50,000 years as Homo sapiens in jungles. And we have been living in the cities for about 6,000 years.
Yeah.
Right? So why we go back to when we say you're stressed, I want to go to a calm place.
Yeah.
We want to go to the jungles, we want to go to the hills, we want to go to the desert. It's because you're more comfortable in those places because you have spent more time as human beings in that kind of environments. And that still relaxes you more than the current living environment we are living in.
Right.
And that means we have not evolved to the current living environment we are living in. So that should be the final goal. But at this point, we need to bring people to that peace, that silence they need, so that they get on a path on a long-term basis to elevate themselves to be comfortable in the current environment. So that's why we put Santani in the jungles there, in the mountains there. And that design essentially is like a membrane.
Yeah.
Right? It just gives you protection, but you're pretty much living outside in nature.
Yeah.
And that is the most comfortable thing. I mean, even we have a thermal salt bath, which is part of the wellness offering. And we designed it with the concept of this in the womb feeling, or creating an in the womb feeling. You're born, we originate in the womb, right?
Right.
And that's the most comfortable place. That's why we originate from there. And that's wet, that's dark, that's enclosed.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And our thermal bath is exactly that. So we have taken a lot of these things and kind of recreated that hospitality anywhere in the world has not done before.
Right. You had mentioned something about, like the physicality isn't as important. So, but you do yoga and you immerse yourself in yoga. Yoga is physical, is it not?
Perfect. You have no idea about what yoga is, which is 99% of the world.
Right.
You hit it on the head.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you know the meaning of the word yoga? Not like the practice or anything. Just if you say yoga and translate it into, let's say, a common language, what does it mean? Any one of you?
No, none of us.
Yoga. Yogaya? Do you know what yoga means? Yoga means union. Coming together.
Okay.
Right? So what the heck comes together? What union are we talking about?
Mind and body?
Mind and body, mind with the universe, us being one with the universe at the end of the day.
Right.
That's that union that we are trying to achieve. And so it has absolutely nothing to do with physical fitness.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a side effect, or it provides physical, but that's not the goal at all.
Right.
So when you get into those poses, right, you have to focus 100%. The minute you lose focus, you lose the pose. That's why they are designed in such a way.
Right.
It's same like Kung Fu or Shaolin martial arts. It's not about martial arts. It's about a meditative practice.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You know that. It's the same. Physicality is a byproduct of all these practices. Does the
physicality help? So is it one way or the other? Does the physicality help you, like, because you're releasing these chemicals and all that stuff in your body when you're moving, right? Does the physicality aid you getting to that place of like where you want to be in your mind?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, if your physical body is giving up
Yeah.
There's no way of thinking, jumping up to the elevator, mental side of things, or
Gotcha.
getting into a spiritual side of things.
Yeah.
So it's that physical fitness, mental fitness, and spiritual fitness I mentioned has a hierarchy.
Right.
You have to start with physical fitness for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that physical fitness is not about how fast you can run or how much bench press you can do.
Mm-hmm.
In today's context,
Yeah.
it's not about, it's being healthy. It's about not having diseases.
Yeah.
And when you have that, when you have a healthy body, then you can move on to elevating your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And that elevation continues to be spiritual fitness, where you become nothing and you become one with nature or that union. It doesn't mean that you don't start the spiritual practice or the mental practice before you complete your physical fitness paradigm.
Right.
You can start all of them together.
Mm-hmm.
But it's imperative that you need your physical body
Mm-hmm.
helping you, allowing you to get to those stages.
And you're not just, because a lot of people would look at Ayurveda. It's been there for I don't even know how long. It's been there for at least the past thousands of years.
Yeah, about 5,000 years.
Yeah. But there was no science behind it. But you're tying in science to Ayurveda.
So that's not entirely true. It is science. It's absolute science. Otherwise, I can't explain it in a scientific way. It's just that it wasn't explained that way before.
Okay.
Right. The unfortunate fact was these were traditional practices, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
There are books written about it. Mm-hmm. Everything has been written, but it passed on. That's how the societies were in this part of the world. Mm-hmm. It passed from father to son, father to son, father to son.
Right.
Kind of thing. They were not even teaching that to ladies those days.
Okay.
Right. And then they just followed the book.
Right.
What was written, let's say 5,000 years ago in Himalayas. And those days, also one of the issues of Ayurveda is that everything that was written was based on what was available within a very small place. Like let's say Ayurvedic food. Now, it's a very big component. Nutrition is a big component. Nutrition is not a new thing. Ayurveda has a whole paradigm of nutrition, right? How to eat, how to personalize your eating and all of that, right? But then when they developed the menus, they could only develop menus based on maybe 25-kilometer radius, what's available for you within that area.
Right.
Because there were no supply chains.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what happened when it passes through, that knowledge passes through father to son, they don't start thinking about or critiquing about it. They just follow what's written there.
Right.
But they have now forgotten that we have global supply chains, that we can source anything from anywhere. And what matters is to understand what component or the nutrition or nutraceutical, whatever you call it, the nutritious part of that vegetable that helps in a certain way to eliminate another issue.
Right.
And then that element or that compound, that chemical can be found in many things. It can be reproduced as a pill as well. Right? So unfortunately, the Ayurveda practice hasn't thought of it that way. But the science was always there.
Right.
It hasn't been explained in a scientific way. It has been we haven't mirrored it in the scientific language that we use today when we talk of health.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I started doing.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, since you mentioned the supply chain, do you think it's healthy that we have access to, for example, seasonal fruits, right? They're seasonal for a reason. And I think our bodies tend to adapt to seasons as well. Not so much here in Sri Lanka because we only have 2. But being from the West, seeing, berries and oranges and mangoes from around the world being available year round, is that contributing to us not being a very healthy individual?
It may be in the short term, because at the end of the day, it's all about evolution. Nothing is constant. So maybe we are not used to eating berries in the winter or in the spring. But we are used to eating berries in summer and autumn.
Right.
Because they come, they fruit. But that's not a constant. That can change. But until that change happens, you might have effects. That's what evolution is all about.
Right.
And some animals will adapt to that better than other animals. That's why human sustainability is a question right now. But everything is changing from what we used to know.
Right.
And we are talking about a very, very short period, because again, this kind of berry production, or like mango today,
Yeah.
you can find a mango every time.
Yeah.
Like again, when we are talking 30 years ago,
Yeah.
you could only find mangoes in April, May. That's it.
Yeah.
So how our bodies adapt to that, I
Mhm.
honestly have no idea.
Mm.
But it has to adapt.
Yeah.
And some people, some animals will adapt better than the others, and they are the ones who will go forward.
Yeah.
And that's what Santani is trying to do, help them to be in that position so that they can adapt as fast as they can.
Yeah.
Because the world is changing much faster than we can change.
Yeah. Why are you investing your time in Sri Lanka?
That's a tough question. I also no, I mean, from day one, people who has been talking to me, listening to me, hating me,
Yeah.
they all know I've been talking about creating a global brand.
Mm.
So Sri Lanka for me is just, I was born up here. I have gratitude for it.
Mm.
I don't have this bullshit jati mania and stuff like that. But I have gratitude because I learned, I got certain things from Sri Lanka. So there's a gratitude towards giving back. So I think that's where it kind of started. But the other component, as I said, it was opportunity. We had all these components that was needed for what
Yes.
I was doing,
Yeah.
and no one was doing anything about it.
Mhm.
So it was an easy game. It was a low-hanging fruit,
Yeah.
essentially. So that also played a part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. But now essentially we are growing the brand outside of Sri Lanka as well.
Mhm.
Sri Lanka still has so much potential.
Yeah.
It's unlimited, honestly, from a tourism point of view. I think
Mhm.
tourism is the only globally competitive asset we have. The tourism-based product,
Right.
but we haven't grown it to be a globally competitive asset at this point.
Yes.
That's the unfortunate part. So I'm still passionate about making that change.
Yeah.
It's an absolute pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just don't understand, don't have the long-term vision, how to position ourselves
Right.
in a global scale, how
Right.
to package, how to sew on. We are killing, like if you take Yala, right? It's the highest density of leopards in the world,
Mhm.
right? But you see 100 jeeps per leopard.
Yeah.
And the whole experience is absolutely subpar. It's not
Yeah.
luxury.
Mhm.
But then now we can't do much about it. That has happened, right? We can't kind of unresolve it. There's too many implications of humans depending on it, so many other businesses depending on it. But the question is, should we let that happen in, let's say, in Horton Plains, where is another huge place for leopards,
Mhm.
or in Vilpattu,
Yeah.
right? We can zone those places, make them, let's say, high-end destinations, limit to only 25 jeeps, for example, right?
Yeah.
A day, or in the morning, in the evening,
Mhm.
right? Zone where they go into different areas.
Yeah.
And these are no-brainers, as I said. This is common sense.
Yeah.
But nobody from the industry or the government is doing that. So I'm
You
quite
mentioned-
sad about it,
Yeah.
honestly.
You mentioned vision, and I think, what is the vision for Sri Lanka for you, Vickum? What do you see, or what would you like to see as a vision for Sri Lanka?
We have this saying called Loking Mutum Rata Lankawai.
Explain.
It means the greatest country in the world is Sri Lanka. Right? There are songs about it. We get so passionate about it, but we have nothing, honestly. Right? We are a tiny place. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful place. It's a
Yeah.
chill place,
Mhm.
but we are nowhere being the greatest place in this world.
Yeah.
So I see in tourism, we have the opportunity to be one of the greatest places or destinations in the world. Like Maldives is a destination. The whole world wants to come there. They have created an aspirational brand.
Yeah.
Even if people who can't afford it wants to go there, they will save to go there. Like Sri Lanka doesn't have that kind of image. But
Right.
if you look at Maldives, they have a beach and obviously amazing beaches.
Right.
But that's it.
Mhm.
That's absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
We have some decent beaches. We can't compete with Maldives on the beaches. But then we have so much more.
Yeah.
Right? From culture,
Yeah.
3,000-year-old cultures, the wellness part of things, the mountains that are amazing vistas, the food, the people. So many things that tends to create a great tourism product. Right? So, honestly, I don't think there's any country in the world that has the amount of diversity we have as a product in the space that we are talking about, in such a small space. And that's a huge competitive advantage that we have. I don't think there's anything else that we are globally competitive.
Yeah.
So my vision is somehow to materialize that and make at least Sri Lanka looking Lanka for tourism, as a tourism destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a beautiful thought. And sometimes I'm drawn to why people like you, the select few individuals, are still investing and still see what other people can't see. And that's a cool thought to hold on to.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate people like you bringing back, and there's a lot to learn as well. I think the youth can really be given that vision. They can be guided in that way so that they also see the potential and not leave the country immediately right after school.
I hope so.
Vickum, this has been awesome.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for being here. This has been great. Thanks a lot.
We'll do this more often.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody.